So my name is Femke de Jong. I'm from Nature Code, an organization that works on carbon markets, climate finance, and human rights accountability. And what I want to talk today about is about the dangers that hot air could pose on the Paris Climate Agreement.
Okay, so what is hot air exactly?
Yes, hot air refers to design problems of carbon markets. So basically, hot air are carbon permits that do not represent real emission reductions. And when these credits are traded and used by countries towards their climate targets, the achievements happen only on paper, which is basically cheating the climate.
Do you have any concrete examples of this happening?
Yes, there are several sources of hot air, but I want to highlight three of them. Firstly, double-counted emission reductions, the risk of carbon offsets, and the surplus allowances of emissions trading systems. So double-counted emission reductions are when more than one country claims the same emission reduction. And to avoid this, we need an international accounting framework, and this is something that needs to be enshrined in the Paris Climate Agreement as well. The second source of hot air are carbon offsets. So we have seen a lot of problems with carbon offsets, ranging from credits from projects that did not result in real emission reductions to overcrediting, and in the worst cases, even serious fraud. I don't want to go into the technical details of all these things.
This clearly is very important for a Paris Agreement because, you know, if we need to cap global warming to 2 degrees C, the international goal, these reductions need to be real and transparent too. Exactly.
And what we also think is that under the Paris Agreement is going to be very different than the Kyoto Protocol in that sense, because under the Kyoto Protocol, only industrialized countries had climate targets. Under the Paris Agreement, we hope that all countries will commit to climate actions. So in that sense, there's no more role for carbon offsets, because every country will want to claim the emission reductions that they achieve in their own territory towards themselves.
So who's this guy on your right-hand side, and what's he about?
Since hot air is such a very difficult topic to explain, we have made our Pixel Impact has made a video game, Capman, and he is basically our climate superhero that takes carbon out of the game by avoiding the various hot air challenges that I just described before.
Is he getting a good response at the COP21? Lots of interesting stares?
Yes, I think he would say so. He's getting a lot of attention. He's getting the problems of hot air on the main stage. And you can play the game at cap-men.net.
And just finally, will we know when the Paris Agreement is signed next week? Are we going to know straight away how hot air is going to be affected, or might it take a couple of months or even years to fully work out what the deal is?
Well, what we need to have in the Paris Agreement is some principles enshrined in there. So we should move away from carbon offsets, and we need to have eligibility criteria to make sure that only countries with adequate climate targets can trade allowances between each other, and then the details can be worked out later after Paris.
Thanks very much.